I showed up to the altar with my hands full of scars. Didn't know if you could fix what had been broken for so long. Every bandage I had tried just fell right off my skin. But you looked at me and said, "Child, let me begin. You're the healer of my heart, the mender of my soul. You take the broken pieces and you make me whole. No wound too deep, no scar too old to touch. You're the healer of my heart, and that is more than enough." I stopped pretending I was fine, stopped hiding all the pain, stop telling everybody I'm okay in the pouring rain. I let you see the parts of me I locked away for years, and instead of running from me, you held me close and dried my tears. Healing doesn't happen overnight, but I feel you every step. Every time I breathe out shame, you breathe in love instead. I'm not what happened to me, I'm what your love says I am. A healed heart, a new creation, walking whole again. Healer of my heart, keep holding me. Healer of my heart, I'm finally free. I showed up to the altar with my hands full of scars. Didn't know if you could fix what had been broken for so long. Every bandage I had tried just fell right off my skin. But you looked at me and said, "Child, let me begin. You're the healer of my heart, the mender of my soul. You take the broken pieces and you make me whole. No wound too deep, no scar too old to touch. You're the healer of my heart, and that is more than enough." I stopped pretending I was fine, stopped hiding all the pain, stop telling everybody I'm okay in the pouring rain. I let you see the parts of me I locked away for years, and instead of running from me, you held me close and dried my tears. Healing doesn't happen overnight, but I feel you every step. Every time I breathe out shame, you breathe in love instead. I'm not what happened to me, I'm what your love says I am. A healed heart, a new creation, walking whole again. Healer of my heart, keep holding me. Healer of my heart, I'm finally free. I used to hide my wounds like they disqualify my name. Every scar a reminder of my failure and my shame. Then you took my hand and traced each line upon my skin and said, these aren't your ending, this is where I begin. You turned my scars into stars, my pain into praise. Every tear I cry becomes alive along the way. I thought I was damaged, but you say I'm art. You turn my scars into stars, healing my heart. I don't flinch when somebody asks me where I got these marks, because every single one of them led me into the dark, where I found you waiting, singing over me a song, saying, you're not broken, precious. You've been strong for too long. Let the healing flow like rivers. Let restoration come. What the enemy meant for evil, you will turn into a drum, a rhythm of redemption, a melody of grace. I'm not hiding anymore, I'm running to your face. Scars into stars, watch me shine. Scars into stars, now I'm yours, not mine. I used to hide my wounds like they disqualified my name. Every scar a reminder of my failure and my shame. Then you took my hand and traced each line upon my skin and said, these aren't your ending, this is where I begin. You turned my scars into stars, my pain into praise. Every tear I cry becomes alive along the way. I thought I was damaged, but you say I'm art. You turn my scars into stars, healing my heart. flinch when somebody asks me where I got these marks, because every single one of them led me into the dark way, where I found you waiting, singing over me a song, saying you're not broken, precious, you've been strong for too long. Let the healing flow like rivers, let restoration come. What the enemy meant for evil, you will turn into a drum. A rhythm of redemption, a melody of grace. I'm not hiding anymore, I'm running to your face. Stars into stars, watch me shine. Stars into stars, now I'm yours, not mine. I've been dry for so long, like a desert with no wind. Every prayer felt like a whisper that the ceiling wouldn't bend. Then I felt a drop of mercy fall upon my weary head, and suddenly the healing rain came pouring in instead. Let the healing rain fall down on me, wash away the pain, set my spirit free. I've been waiting in the drought long enough. Healing rain, I'm finally lifting my hands up. I stopped begging for a sprinkle, and I trusted for the flood. I stopped looking at my circumstances and started looking at his blood. Though the rain didn't come gently, it came crashing through my room, and now I'm standing in the downpour, and my heart began to bloom. Soak me, saturate me, let every wound be washed, every bitter root, every lie I've been told, let it all be lost. I'm not afraid of getting wet, I'm afraid of staying dry. Healing rain, keep falling till there's nothing left to hide. I've been dry for so long, like a desert with no wind. Every prayer felt like a whisper that the ceiling wouldn't bend. Then I felt a drop of mercy fall upon my weary head, And suddenly the healing rain came pouring in instead. Let the healing rain fall down on me, wash away the pain, set my spirit free. I've been waiting in the drought long enough. Healing rain, I'm finally lifting my hands up. I stopped begging for a sprinkle and I trusted for the flood. I stopped looking at my circumstances and started looking at His blood. The rain didn't come gently, it came crashing through my room. And now I'm standing in the downpour and my heart began to bloom. Soak me, saturate me, let every wound be washed, every bitter root, every lie I've been told, let it all be lost. I'm not afraid of getting wet, I'm afraid of staying dry. Healing rain, keep falling till there's nothing left to hide. Healing rain, wash over me, yeah. Healing rain, oh, now I'm finally free. I won't pretend I'm perfect, won't fake a pretty smile. Some days the healing feels like it's taking way too long a while. But I'm not where I used to be, and that's worth celebrating. I'm broken but I'm healing, and I can feel my faith awakening. Broken but healing, shattered but whole. Every step I take is leading me back to my soul. I'm not fully there yet, but I'm not where I was. Broken but healing because of your love. Some people want a testimony wrapped up with a bow, but my healing has been messy, and I need the world to know that you can be in process and still be loved the same. God doesn't wait till you're perfect to call you by your name. So I'll celebrate the progress, I'll honor every crack, because the light of His presence keeps shining through the lack. I'm not broken beyond repair, I'm just under construction, and the architect of heaven is leading my reconstruction. Broken but healing, and that's okay. Broken but healing, I'll get there someday. I won't pretend I'm perfect, won't fake a pretty smile. Some days the healing feels like it's taking way too long a while. But I'm not where I used to be, celebrating. I'm broken, but I'm healing, and I can feel my faith awakening. Broken but healing, shattered but whole. Every step I take is leading me back to my soul. I'm not fully there yet, but I'm not where I was. Broken but healing because of your love. Some people want a testimony wrapped up with a bow. But my healing has been messy, and I need the world to know that you can be in process and still be loved the same. God doesn't wait till you're perfect to call you by your name. So I'll celebrate the progress, I'll honor every crack, because the light of His presence keeps shining through the lag. I'm not broken beyond repair, I'm just under construction, and the architect of heaven is leading my reconstruction. Broken but healing, and that's okay. Broken but healing, I'll get there someday. I've tried every ointment, every doctor, every pill, but the wound inside my spirit was deeper than a physical chill. Then I remembered there's a balm that's been around since ancient days, the Balm of Gilead, and I ran into your embrace. There is a balm in Gilead to heal the sin-sick soul, to make the broken whole again, to make the wounded bold. No pharmacy on earth can touch what heaven holds, the balm of Gilead, and I'm letting it flow. I stopped looking for the healing in the temporary things. Stop believing that my peace would come from what the world brings. I laid down my self-medication, my distractions, my escapes, and I let the balm of Gilead redefine my shape. Apply it to my memories, apply it to my mind. Let it heal the places that I've kept so long behind. Every layer, every scar, every hidden ache inside the balm of Gilead. There's no wound you cannot find. Balm of Gilead, heal me now. Balm of Gilead, I'm making my vow. I'll trust your touch, I'll wait for you. Balm of Gilead, make me new. I've tried every ointment, every doctor, every pill, but the wound inside my spirit was deeper than a physical chill. Then I remembered there's a balm that's been around since ancient days, the Balm of Gilead, and I ran into your embrace. There is a balm in Gilead to heal the sin-sick soul, to make the broken whole again, to make the wounded bold. No pharmacy on earth can touch what heaven holds, the Balm of Gilead, and I'm letting it flow. I stopped looking for the healing in the temporary things, stop believing that my peace would come from what the world brings. I laid down my self-medication, my distractions, my escapes, and I let the Balm of Gilead redefine my shape. Apply it to my memories, apply it to my mind. Let it heal the places that I've kept so long behind. Every layer, every scar, every hidden ache inside. Ooh, the Balm of Gilead, there's no wound you cannot find. Oh, Balm of Gilead, heal me now. Balm of Gilead, I'm making my vow. I'll trust your touch. I'll wait for you. Balm of Gilead, make me new. Yeah. I've been running on empty for longer than I can recall, carrying weight that was never meant to be mine at all. I told myself I had to be strong, couldn't show the ache, but you said, child, come to me. That's a mistake you don't have to make. Rest for my weary soul, peace for my tired mind. You give me rest when the world has been unkind. I don't have to earn it, don't have to pretend I'm fine. Rest for my weary soul, and I'm finally letting go of mine. I lay down my burden at the foot of the old rugged cross. I stopped treating my exhaustion like it wasn't such a loss. Jesus said his yoke is easy, his burden is so light. So why have I been carrying what he already made right? So I'm resting, really resting, not just sleeping but at peace. I'm letting every anxious thought receive its full release. My soul is catching up with what my spirit already knows. I'm finally finding rest, and it's healing me down to my bones. Rest for my weary soul, I'm staying here. Rest for my weary soul, no more fear. I've been running on empty for longer than I can recall, carrying weight that was never meant to be mine at all. I told myself I had to be strong, couldn't show the ache, but you said, child, come to me. That's a mistake you don't have to make. Rest for my weary soul, peace for my tired mind. You give me rest when the world has been unkind. I don't have to earn it, don't have to pretend I'm fine. Rest for my weary soul, and I'm finally letting go of mine. At the foot of the old rugged cross, I stopped treating my exhaustion like it wasn't such a loss. Jesus said his yoke is easy, his burden is so light. So why have I been carrying what he already made right? So I'm resting, really resting, not just sleeping but at peace. I'm letting every anxious thought receive its full release. My soul is catching up with what my spirit already knows. I'm finally finding rest, and it's healing me down to my bones. Rest for my weary soul, I'm staying here. Rest for my weary soul, no more fear. I kept waiting for tomorrow to finally feel okay, telling myself next week, next month, next year I'll find a way. But you whispered through the stillness, child, why do you delay the healing you've been begging for? It starts for you today. Healing starts today, not tomorrow, not next year. Drop every excuse, lay down every fear. The moment you say yes to the hands that hold you safe, healing starts today. Don't let another moment waste. I stop waiting for the perfect conditions to arrive. If I wait till I'm ready, I'll never truly thrive. So I'm stepping into healing with my trembling open hands, believing that your promise is bigger than my plans. Today I choose to let it go, the bitterness, the shame. Today I speak a new name over my life, not the old one with the blame. Healing isn't someday, it's a now and here thing. So I'm reaching out to touch your robe, and I can already feel the healing. Healing starts today. Watch me ride. Healing starts today, right before my eyes. waiting for tomorrow to finally feel okay. Telling myself next week, next month, next year I'll find a way. But you whispered through the stillness, child, why do you delay the healing you've been begging for? It starts for you today. Healing starts today, not tomorrow, not next year. Drop every excuse, lay down every fear. The moment you say yes to the hands that hold you safe, healing starts today. Don't let another moment waste. I stopped waiting for the perfect conditions to arrive. If I wait till I'm ready, I'll never truly thrive. So I'm stepping into healing with my trembling open hands, believing that your promise is bigger than my plan. Today I choose to let it go, the bitterness, the shame. Today I speak a new name over my life, not the old one with the blame. Healing isn't someday, it's a now and here thing. So I'm reaching out to touch your robe, and I can already feel the healing. Healing starts today. Watch me rise. Healing starts today, right before my eyes. I used to think my healing was a test I had to pass. That God was watching from a distance with a stopwatch and a glass. But then I realized He wasn't grading my recovery speed. He was holding every tear and every single wounded need. He's the God who sees me heal, the God who shames my pace. He sits with me in the waiting, and He knows me by my face. He doesn't rush my process, doesn't tell me get it together. He's the God who sees me heal, now and forever. Every time I take a step forward and 2 steps back again, He's not keeping score of failures, He's just calling me a friend. He sees the effort underneath my sometimes tired faith, and He says, child, you're healing, that's enough for today. So I'll stop trying to perform my way into being well. I'll just rest inside the story only heaven's pen can tell. He sees me, not just my wound, but the person underneath. And He's proud of every millimeter of my healing's teeth. The God who sees me heal is holding my hand. The God who sees me heal helps me stand. Yeah. I used to think my healing was a test I had to pass. The guy was watching from a distance with a stopwatch and a glass. But then I realized he wasn't great in my recovery speed. He was holding every tear and every single wounded need. He's the God who sees me heal, not the God who shames my pace. He sits with me in the waiting, and he knows me by my face. He doesn't rush my process, doesn't tell me get it together. He's the God who sees me heal now and forever. Every time I take a step forward and 2 steps back again, he's not keeping score of failures, he's just calling me a friend. He sees the effort underneath my sometimes tired faith, and he says, child, you're healing, that's enough for today. So I'll stop trying to perform my way into being well. I'll just rest inside the story only heaven's pen can tell. He sees me, not just my wound, but the person underneath. And he's proud of every millimeter of my healing's teeth. The God who sees me is holding my hand. The God who sees me helps me stand. I've prayed the same prayer 1,000 times, maybe 1,000 more. Believed the best I could some days, other days felt unsure. I've had preachers lay their hands on me, I've cried at altars late at night. I've begged God, please just take this pain, until I lost my appetite. But something shifted in my spirit as I opened up His Word, yeah. I realized I wasn't asking for a gift I'd already heard. He said, by my stripes you were healed, past tense, already done. The battle for my wholeness was already fought and already won. I receive my healing now, not because I'm perfect, but because He's true. I open up my hands and let His love come flowing through. No more doubting, no more asking, Lord, but is it really for me? I receive my healing, and now I'm finally free. Not someday in the future, not when I get my faith right. I receive my healing now, in the morning, in the night. I stopped waiting for a feeling like a wave to wash over me. I stopped checking for the symptoms to confirm what I believe. Because faith isn't a feeling, it's the decision that I make to trust the finished work of the cross before I even awake. So I speak to my body with authority that heaven gave. You will line up with the promise that my God came to save. I speak to my mind, be at peace, no more anxious thoughts at war. I speak to my spirit, rise up, you don't live on the floor anymore. By His stripes I am healed, that's not a prayer, that's a receipt. Jesus already paid the price, already made my healing complete. So I'm not begging, I'm not pleading like the healing hasn't come. I'm thanking him for what he did when my heart was overcome. I receive it, I believe it, I will walk in it today. Healing is my portion, and no enemy can take it away. I'm not waiting on a sign from heaven, not waiting for a proof. I receive my healing now, and I'm standing on that truth. I receive my healing. Thank you, Jesus. Now I finally believe. I receive my healing now. Watch me rise and walk. Watch me rise and walk. No more silence. Now I talk. I receive it all. I receive it all. I receive it all the way. I receive my healing. Hallelujah, I am saved. Oh, yeah, yeah. I receive my healing now. I've prayed the same prayer 1,000 times, maybe 1,000 more. Believed the best I could some days, other days felt unsure. I've had preachers lay their hands on me. I've cried at altars late at night. I've begged God, please just take this pain, until I lost my appetite. But something shifted in my spirit as I opened up His Word. I realized I wasn't asking for a gift I'd already heard. He said, by my stripes you were healed, past tense, already done. The battle for my wholeness was already fought and already won. I receive my healing now, not because I'm perfect, but because He's true. I open up my hands and let His love come flowing through. No more doubting, no more asking, Lord, but is it really for me? I receive my healing, and now I'm finally free. Now someday in the future, not when I get my faith right. I receive my healing now, in the morning, in the night. I stop waiting for a feeling like a wave to wash over me. I stop checking for the symptoms to confirm what I believe, because faith isn't a feeling, it's a decision that I make to trust the finished work of the cross before I even awake. So I speak to my body with authority that heaven gave. You will line up with the promise that my God came to save. I speak to my mind, be at peace, no more anxious thoughts at war. I speak to my spirit, rise up, you don't live on the floor anymore. By His stripes I am healed, that's not a prayer, that's a receipt. Jesus already paid the price, already made my healing complete. So I'm not begging, I'm not pleading like the healing hasn't come. I'm thanking Him for what He did when my heart was overcome. I receive it, I believe it, I will walk in it today. Healing is my portion, and no enemy can take it away. I'm not waiting on a sign from heaven, not waiting for a proof. I receive my healing now, and I'm standing on that truth. I receive my healing. thought I'd never get back what the enemy stole from me. Years of my life, peace of mind, my own identity. I sat in the rubble, counting up the losses one by one, wondering if the God of restoration had already moved on. Every stolen season played like a movie in my head. Every promise that got broken, every word I left unsaid. I convinced myself that what was gone for good, that I'd never be the person that I was before I understood. Restoration is flowing like a river through my soul tonight. You're giving back the years that try to steal my life. Nothing is wasted, nothing is too broken or too late. Restoration, I'm walking through the gate. You fix what I can't fix, you find what I can't find. Restoration, you're redeeming all my time. Then you whispered in the quiet of my broken down heart. Child, I restore the years, that's been my plan right from the start. You said the locusts save my harvest, but I'm bigger than the pest, and I give back double for the trouble. Now you're truly blessed, so I stopped counting what was missing and started praising what remains. Because the God who makes all things new is dancing in my rain. He didn't just patch up my wounds and send me on my way alone. He sat with me in my healing until I knew I was home. Every tear a seed I sowed. Now I'm standing in the harvest with a testimony that I've owed. God didn't bring me this far to drop me off before the end. Restoration is flowing, and my healing is my pen. Restoration, flowing free like a river. I'm a brand new giver. Not a leftovers, but a first fruits, fresh and new. Restoration, that's your promise, Lord, and I'm standing in it too. Yeah, I thought I'd never get back what the enemy stole from me. Years of my life, peace of mind, my own identity. I sat in the rubble, counting up the losses one by one, wondering if the God of restoration had already moved on. Every stolen season played like a movie in my head. Every promise that got broken, every word I left unsaid. I convinced myself that what was gone for good, that I'd never be the person that I was before I understood. Restoration is flowing like a river through my soul tonight. You're giving back the years that tried to steal my life. Nothing is wasted, nothing is too broken or too late. Restoration, I'm walking through the gate. You fix what I can't fix, you find what I can't find. Restoration, redeeming all my time. Then you whispered in the quiet of my broken down heart, child. I restore the years, that's been my plan right from the start. You said the locusts ate my harvest, but I'm bigger than the pest, and I give back double for the trouble. Now you're truly blessed. So I stopped counting what was missing and started praising what remains, because the God who makes all things new is dancing in my rain. He didn't just patch up my wounds and send me on my way alone. He sat with me in my healing until I knew I was home. I'm not who I was yesterday. That version of me died. The resurrection power is living, breathing, rising up inside. So I'll take back my peace, take back my joy, take back my song. Restoration is here, and I've known it all along. Every closed door was a redirection, every tear a seed I sowed. Now I'm standing in the harvest with the testimony that I've owed. God didn't bring me this far to drop me off before the end. Restoration is flowing, and my healing is my pen. Restoration, flowing free like a river. Restoration, I'm a brand new giver, not a leftovers, but a first fruits, fresh and new. Restoration, that's your promise, Lord, and I'm standing in it too.